Researchers grew tiny human brains from stem cells, embodied them in Pac-Man, and continuously shocked them until they did something right. They wanted to demonstrate that you can train brain organoids by giving them the reward of silence in a hellscape. They also wanted to demonstrate both long-term and short-term memory, of which the brain organoids seem to have both. They worked over some of the lobed brain ideas, so they grew two separate brain organoids, connected them through axons, this is like a spinal cord of sorts, and gave each one a different job in Pac-Man. That actually is really cool. This builds on some previous research where people are trying to get brain organoids to operate robots better by having a lobed brain. Kind of like how one side of your body operates your left arm and the other one operates your right arm. It works in robots too. They set up these little Pac-Man inspired mazes, and literally they used Pac-Man for their pictures. In these mazes, we have our brain organoids that are operating this little bee here, and they can move around and get food. They're given constant, unpleasant stimulation, and when they get food, they finally get a break from it. This is kind of different than what we've seen with other brain organoid training, in which they're given dopamine as a reward or ordered signals. In this case, they just get constant electric shocks, and when they acquire food, they finally get a break, and not all of the brain organoids even had the opportunity for a reward, and some of them were given more severe punishments for being caught by the cat, or the Pac-Man ghost. This operated in a closed-loop learning system, so a computer would give electrical current and stimulate the brain organoids, which they do not enjoy in this case. The brain organoids react to that stimuli, it's recorded on an external hard drive, and then that is analyzed and sent back to the computer, and then continues to shock the brain organoids. What they found is that they are capable of both long-term and short-term memory. If they give them continuous punishment, especially severe punishment, they perform better, but if they stop giving them any punishment, they start to forget how to play the game pretty quickly. You can see that each one gets control of the body in some way. One of them has left and right activity, the other one has down and up activity. They learn to work together, or suffer. I'm not entirely sure why this particular study bothered me so much, because usually when I read about the brain organoids, they're given a reward, not punishment, and the reward is less punishment. It's kind of reminding me of my childhood, to be honest. I'm kidding. In terms of keeping these guys alive and making them bigger, there's been a lot of progress. I've seen some research giving them tiny heart organoids. So it seems the issue with the core becoming hypoxic is less of an issue, and I've seen some papers keeping them alive for over 300 days. They are also learning with AI. I've seen some pretty weird ones lately. So we've had companies like Cortical Labs and Final Spark release neuro platforms in which people can utilize brain organoid computing from a distance, and those papers are just starting to come out. Like these guys, they taught brain organoids how to read Braille. Turns out when you have a single brain organoid, they can read Braille to about 61% accuracy, but if you have multiples, at least 3, they go up to 83%. This is considered important because brain organoids use a lot less energy in terms of just wattage versus using other forms of computation. They are better at some things, like utilizing a body, doing nonlinear thought. A lot of video games too. That was found with Pong. Yes, researchers keep putting brain organoids in GameWorld, and it's getting a little weird. Join me next time as I keep you up to date on unspeakable horrors. And I'm only partly kidding, I do think the brain organoids are really neat. It's just something about this study bothered me.